Hey guys, so welcome to a WoW Weekly with Myst. Goals wise, I had just set goals for my alts. It's been a little rough with the gold challenge and then leveling alts. It's been tough to juggle a lot of it, but I'm gonna do more alt leveling this week. So I did hop on my Demon Hunter and I did level the Demon Hunter a bit. Did like 4 levels. Did it through the battlegrounds. I'm still leveling that way. That's the whole point of this. If it wasn't for that leveling perk, this wouldn't even be a goal because, it's stuff that can easily just be done from now till, August or September, whenever the next expansion comes out. So I did do that. Mythics, I've been really slacking on Mythics. I've had no interest in really doing them. I have not done a Mythic in quite a while. Yeah. As for goals, I have no goals. Like I said, I'm gonna, do what I can for leveling the alts, but this week is gonna be busy for me. I leave on Saturday to go to my boyfriend's for Christmas, and yeah, I just got some cleaning up to do here, like around the house, and I'll have to pack. I have some laundry I have to do, and I have a lot of YouTube videos that I need to edit so that the YouTube channel is all good while I'm gone. And so that is why there's going to be absolutely no goals for, this week. And it's a pretty slack week as well. So let's get into what's going on this week. Okay, so this week we have the Arena Skirmish. The WoW's 15th anniversary is still running, and it will continue to be active until January 7th. And Winter Veil started today. So the Christmas event will be active until January 2nd. And I did just do a little quick recording for the Winter Veil here. Just a list of the achievements and stuff, just in case you're still going after that. The Winter Veil achievements, they're really easy. I have a couple that I still have incomplete because they're tough to get. It involves a toy that was a guaranteed toy 1 year, but for whatever reason, I guess I didn't open my gifts that year, which sounds really weird for me because I open my WoW gifts every year on Christmas Day, so I don't know how I don't have the toy. But because I don't, it becomes like one of those really, really rare drops every additional year. So yeah, with that said, definitely check your gifts because every year there's that one special gift that's like guaranteed you for sure get it. And if you don't, then you end up having to, farm this really rare gift throughout the years. And yeah, I've been working on this one for a while. So yeah, I'm hoping this year I will get it, but I'm gonna be gone most of the event too, so I'm not sure if we'll get it because I just won't be able to dedicate the time that I have been able to dedicate in the past to trying to get it. I only really have this week to try for it because I won't be coming back till the 4th, so the event will be done by then. But I am gonna sneak out, a login on the 25th so I get the guaranteed gift. And that is basically all that's going on this week for the events. And yeah, so let's head over to the news section. Okay, so first bit of news is this right here is a backpack. It is a transmog that will be available in the 8.3 patch, and it can be purchased for 40,000 corrupted memento, which is a currency that will be available in the new patch. Basically has to do with the horrific visions. And yeah, it is the currency for many other things as well. There is also this cloak that you see. It can be bought from Arathion, and he has the cloak. He also has this mount. Yeah, the mount goes for 100,000 of the corrupted memento. That may be something you're interested in. I am really interested in the backpack transmog. I've been wanting a backpack transmog for a while. Obviously, they got this idea from their other idea of a recruit-a-friend backpack, because that was one thing I was kind of upset with, because over the years, it's bad enough that I can't go after the recruit-a-friend mounts, because all my friends are active, and I'm not gonna pay for me to have some random account and put the time, like the month worth of cash on it to get these mounts. That equals a very expensive mount in the end. So it's been a little upsetting that I can't go after that. So when I found out that the recruit-a-friend backpack was there, I'm like, well, great, another thing I can't go after. So it was nice that they've put out like an alternative. Honestly, I don't know if they do this or not, probably not, but I think if they're not gonna like put those on the store, then I think they should at least put those recruit-a-friends mounts in the black market, so that other people at least have another option. Even if it's literally the toughest option, at least it exists, right? At least the option is there. However, I doubt they would do that, because so many people are willing to put money into another account multiple times that it's like a cash cow for Blizzard. And I did try it once. I did try the recruit-a-friend. Me and a friend had tried it. And the fact that it failed and we got nothing is the reason that I refuse to even attempt it again, even if it's just me with another account. Like, yeah, the fact that it failed and we got nothing out of it after he paid for the game and put time on another account and all that, I've thought of it as a scam ever since because of it not working for us. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure some of you guys have done the recruit-a-friend and it's worked fine for you guys, and that's cool. But I guess the whole reason people probably do the recruit-a-friend, by themselves with them doing another account, is because you know what's going on the other side. That's the problem I have with recruit-a-friend, is you can recruit your friend, but then after that, it's all up to your friend. They got to do everything proper, or else you get nothing, right? That's the problem with it, is that you have to rely on that other person to actually do all the steps, And I feel like that might have been the case with us, is that we did all the steps, but we weren't really leveling together. We just wanted the mounts. So I think that is what fucked it over, the fact that we weren't actually doing any leveling. We just, I recruited him, he paid for the account and all that, and then we left it at that. And I think Blizzard wants to actually see you level with your friend. And that was like a year ago, so things have changed kind of with the rules of the system now. So, I haven't really looked into those changes much. I think I told you guys the changes in one WoW Weekly, but I've given up on attempting that way to get the mounts. It's just too bad because there's a lot of cool mounts in the Recruit a Friend. Okay, so the next thing is something that I will eventually do a video on, preferably when it's out of PTR and we're actively doing this. But the next thing up is this quest. This is a quest you can take in 8.3 when it launches. And basically, you end up killing, members of your own faction. And once you've killed enough, you'll get a toy. It's called Enliath, Silver of Enzoth. And you will also get a title, Servant of Enzoth. Now, a lot of people were thinking that you weren't getting anything from keeping the gift. And I believe that was actually accurate. They originally weren't going to hand out anything, and then a lot of people were like getting upset on forums of like, why did I hold on to this and blah blah, So I believe that's why they brought out something that actually gives you something, and it also says that you can obtain it even after cleansing the gift. So there is that. It's account wide, so all your characters will have it. For the toy, what you need to do is you need to activate war mode. And then you'll become an assassin of that faction. When you become the assassin, you'll get this quest. And then you just do this quest. And as you can see, the reward for completing the quest is the toy. Now, personally, I don't think it'll be too bad of a quest because, obviously you can't die. And I'm assuming that it would restart the counter if you do. However, they are going easy on you by making it so you only need to kill 10. So that's not too bad. But yeah, I imagine with like pre-made groups and stuff, it wouldn't be too bad for that. And definitely try to hit up like not a too terribly populated area. And yeah, this looks a lot like the Ivory Talon that was like in Legion for the Talon's Vengeance, and also there was the Eternal Agony that was the panda one out in Timeless Isle. Yeah. So they're definitely taking the ideas from those two for that. And, this one will be an easy one because it's only 10. However, with those other two, the Eternal Agony and the Ivory Talon, if you didn't do them in the expansion, it was tough to do it later. So I feel that even with this only being 10 kills, I feel like this might be a similar thing. So my suggestion would be to definitely not hold this off. Do it while BFA is active because it might be tough to do it later, because everyone else will be in a different area. Like, I struggle with the Ivory Talon because I still am missing some kills for the mount. And because you need quite a bit for the mount. And yeah, and it's a bitch to find people to go after with the Ivory Talon. Because it has to be like in that certain area and just no one's ever out there. And this toy here actually reminds me of a video I've done in the past regarding another toy. I'll link it in the description of the video in case you're interested in the other toy, but it looks a lot like that toy. except actually cooler. So you may definitely want to check out that video, because this looks, okay, but the other one actually altered your entire window of your game. It was cool, but definitely not something you'd want to like have going for a long time. Okay, so that is basically all I have for you guys for retail. So let's go over to the classic section. Okay, so as you can see, I'm still a level 40 over here. I really gotta start logging on more than 30 minutes a week. But actually, I may log on a little more if I have time this week, if not when I get back from Christmas, because I have so many quests in my quest log that are dungeon quests that I could do like a level or two if I would just get in those. I have a lot of alderman quests, and what are some other ones? I have some Meridon quests, and there's one other group of quests that's in a dungeon, but I just can't remember what dungeon it was. But yeah, if I could just knock out some of those dungeons, we'd get some levels here. But because I've been logging on just to do the WoW Weekly, yeah, I do one quest and then that's the video, and that usually equals maybe half a bar. Not a whole lot going on with Classic. It's been really slow or really quiet for retail and Classic news, but I do have a couple of things for you guys here. So the first piece of news is the Don Rodrigo's band. And yeah, so it doesn't exist in Classic right now. The rumor is that it is gonna come into Classic when they release the AQ raids, which aren't scheduled to release till Phase 5. So it's gonna be a bit probably before we see that ring. And there's also the trinket as well, the Rune of Perfection. That one's for shamans, mage, warlock, and druid, and that decreases the magical resistance of your spell targets by 20. The biggest reason this isn't coming out to like Phase 5 is because the spell penetration prior to 1.9 patch was not a stat that was on gear. So this is when they first implemented it, and yeah, that is more than likely why we don't see it yet, because they're trying to bring stuff out as it was brought out in vanilla, and so that means this wouldn't come out till they release the AQ raids, because that was around the same time. Well, that was the same time that they came out. Okay, so the last piece of news I have for you guys for Classic is paid character transfers. I've been playing since 2004 and I don't remember that being a thing. Apparently they added it in 1.11, but I guess because I didn't really care, all of vanilla, I had just my druid, and then my first alt came in the picture in BC, and then I never even pondered the possibility of a character transfer until like Wrath. I think Wrath was the first time I ever did a character transfer, so I just never knew when it actually was implemented. And I was really surprised to find out that it was implemented in vanilla. That was really crazy to know. Something I definitely didn't know back then. Which means if they're trying to stay true to, all their, no changes, which, we all know that that's not even a thing. There's been changes. But if they try to stay true to that, they probably would implement it. And honestly, I see them using that as an excuse. I see them going with the no changes thing and they're going to use that as their excuse to actually bring it in and make money. It's like a lot of people want it, and then a lot of people don't want it. And I think in the end, Blizzard is just going to choose to do it anyway for a couple of different reasons. One, the cash cow. You know, it's their way of making money off of Classic. And then the second is, while the people that don't agree with it probably would continue playing Classic, the people that do want the character transfer, they could potentially leave Classic if they didn't get a character transfer. And the reason I say that is these people who are maybe on super busy servers, they're trying to level and they're getting ganked all the time, those might be the people that want a character transfer, you know, or PvPers that have a big imbalance, you know, like, yeah, those are typically the two types that are going to want a server transfer. I feel like the levelers are a bigger part in it. Personally, I don't know if they would even allow a PvP character to transfer to a PvE. I believe back in the day it was PvP to PvP or PvE to PvE. However, I've heard people also say that it wasn't. That's just how I remember it, but other people are remembering that you could go PvP to PvE. And I don't remember that at all. I remember there being some definite restrictions on how you could transfer. I know later on they changed those restrictions and made it, you know, easier, but you know, in the beginning I remember it to be a little tougher. However, you know, this is 15 years later. Classic is not vanilla, not by a long shot. There's been changes, and honestly, Blizzard's used to making money now. Back then, they were just beginning to see what World of Warcraft could bring to the table for them. But now they've seen how they can hook people, and they know that they can continue to hook people. And with that said, they're gonna implement it, and they're gonna allow PvP characters to go to PvE. And the reason I think they're gonna do that is because if they don't, they could lose those players. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think they should implement the character transfers, or do you think they shouldn't? Okay, and that basically calls it on this, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Although I am going to be leaving on Saturday, I will have one more WoW Weekly for you guys. It'll just post a couple of days after I leave on the regular Monday. And yeah, for those that watch the Gold Challenge, tomorrow's video will be the last one for quite a while. I will be giving more detail on that in tomorrow's Gold Challenge video on, you know, how long I'll be gone for, when the next Gold Challenge video will, you know, be back and all that. So definitely, if that's something you're interested in, just check that video and all that info will be there. And that's all I have for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Have fun in the Christmas event, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.